So here he is, the always amusing Norm Macdonald. Norm, I think you're very funny, Norm. I always enjoy your work, and I'm glad you're here. Nice
Me too, man. You're the funniest dude in the world.
No, I'm just mediocre funny.
And you got the 1,000 shows,
right.
1,000 shows.
Yeah, but you're really funny, and you'll always have that. I'm just a dork, you know.
What?
I'm just a dork, you know, struggling, just a guy trying to make a buck.
What?
What have you been doing? What have you been doing? What's going on in your life? Take us through some of your activities, your life, your free time. So, you know, a couple hours with Norm Macdonald.
I got a lot of free time now, and so what I did was I returned to my first love, you know, dance. I returned to my first love, the stand-up comedy.
Oh, you're doing the stand-up. Good for you.
So I go around the country to different smoky nightclubs, and I do my jokes, you know, and it's great, you know. It's the doing the jokes is fun, but then the rest of the time, did you ever go on the road?
A little bit. I didn't care for it. It just didn't have the stamina for it. It's difficult.
It's rough, man, because other than doing the stand-up, you just go to a town, you're basically like a drifter or something, you know. You show up, you hang around, and then you sit and you're watching the TV all the time, you know. And I love the TV, you know. But when you watch it all the time, you just watch anything, you know. I watched ESPN too. They got all the Deuce.
Yeah, sure, the Deuce. Yeah.
And they got sports there that, you know, they're kind of weird sports. Like they got kickboxing. Yeah. You ever heard of that sport? Yeah. And that's an odd sport. What they do is they combine the style and grace of boxing with kicking. You know? So it's kind of immature. A guy's boxing, all of a sudden he kicks the guy, you know. They're just cheating, you know.
Yeah, I think so. Sure.
Yeah. And then also what you do is you try to get the pay movies there, you know.
Oh yeah, you ever dial up any of the? You can get like first-run features on that.
Yeah. I ordered Pulp Fiction. You know that movie?
Oh sure.
It's a gritty urban satire, you know. It said that on the little thing. I wouldn't have known. And so I said, yeah, I'll get Pulp Fiction. I heard great things about that. So I order it, right? And they send me a different movie, a movie called by the name of Pump Friction.
I never heard of that.
You never heard of that movie?
No, what is that?
Well, it's different than Pulp Fiction. Pulp Fiction is a gritty urban satire. Pump Friction is a bunch of dudes and ladies having dirty sex.
Whoa!
And, you know...
So there's a mix-up, obviously.
Yeah. And it wasn't a bad movie, you know. It was... Actually, with those dirty movies, I find, like, they're good for about 15, 20 minutes. I'm really interested. Right. And then there's one point that all of a sudden I'm bored, you know. I just lose interest completely, and I feel deeply ashamed, you know.
The human mechanism working there. I don't know what that is. Norm, how's your family been with your recent situation with Saturday Night Live? You don't work there anymore. They're probably very proud when you had the job, and now you don't have that. I mean, how have they been a bit supportive, I would think?
Oh, yeah, they're supportive. My mom came to visit me, you know, here in New York City, and she wanted to go to a Broadway play. That's her idea in New York. Sure. Broadway, you know, they got the Broadway plays.
She comes down from Canada?
Canada, yeah, from Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. And she's, you know, she doesn't know, like, she's not a big city person like you and me. So she's like, oh, we got to go see a Broadway play. So, but I didn't want to, because the last time she came and visited, I took her to this Broadway play, and I'd never been to a Broadway play, you know. So I took her to this one. They had this one, How to Succeed in Business, even if you don't really care to.
Right.
And I take her to that.
Sarah Jessica Parker.
Sarah Jessica Parker. Right. She wasn't there. They had some other lady. So we get in there, and I'd never been to a play. Oh my God, it's horrible. You go in, and you got to sit. They have little chairs. You're all crunched up. It costs like $90 or something like that. And then you sit there, you watch it, and these dudes come in. They're all doing stuff, you know. And the thing is, like, you kind of got to use your imagination a lot, because they'll go, like, it's an office, right? Meanwhile, it's just a chair and a desk, you know? And then they have, like, maybe a window with, like, a fake moon behind it. So you go, oh, I guess it's nighttime there, you know? And it's, like, just hellish, you know? And then everybody's singing every time, you know? And singing and dancing around, and and it was about business, about the business world, And so at one point there, the coffee guy comes, he's bringing in the coffee, and so then they all get excited because the coffee's coming, and so they're singing, "Oh, here's the coffee, we want to drink the coffee," and really excited about that. And my mom, she talks. She's used to just watching the TV, and so she doesn't know that you're not supposed to talk out loud. And so she's like, the whole time, she's like, "Oh, good God, that's just like me. I have to have my coffee in the morning." And I'm like, "All right, it's okay." And then I think the coffee machine broke, and then everybody went, "Oh, we don't have our coffee." So it lasted forever. And like you're just watching this stuff and trying to imagine what it would really look like on the TV, So then finally the damn thing's over. It takes like an hour and a half, and you go, "Okay, let's get the hell out of here." You go out. It's not over. It's intermission. They have an intermission. Intermission. It's you go out into this crowded foyer, just packed with people, and they're all discussing it. They're going, "Hey, remember the coffee there?" And I'm going, "Holy Lord!" So I see some dude that works there. I go, "Hey, listen, you got that Knicks Charlotte game on somewhere?" Because I knew the Knicks were playing the Hornets there. And the guy, "No, sir, no." And I go, "Anything? The sports ticker or something like that?" He goes, "No, this is the theater." He's all like snooty. This is the and V, like it's a theater. There's got a whole bunch of them. The theater. So then when she came back, I definitely didn't want to take her to another but it's my mom and everything, and she's got, "Oh, you gotta go see another Broadway play." And I go, yeah, then the playoffs are starting and everything, but so I go, "Okay, well, why don't we go to Cats? I hear that's a good thing." Sure. So I take her. Oh, an interesting thing, when we're going to Cats, we're walking down the street, and my mom stops in a donut shop. She likes eating donuts, and she goes in to buy herself a cruller there, and I stay outside.
A cruller?
A cruller is a type of donut.
Cruller is the same as a cruller?
What did I say?
I think you said cruller, but I could be wrong as well. I don't know. Cruller. Maybe a cruller.
No, it's a cruller.
It's a cruller. All right, fine, sure.
I'm pretty sure it's a cruller.
Yeah.
No, because even on the thing it says C-R-U-L, and then over the U is like one of those things.
Yes, yeah.
So I said, "Yeah, go get yourself a cruller." And I waited inside. She comes out, she goes, "Oh, Norm, oh my God, you wouldn't believe it." She says, "Your friend David Letterman is in the donut shop."
Is that right?
And she thinks we're friends, I don't know. I guess I told her we were friends.
Yeah, we're sort of friends.
I told her we were best friends.
Well, I would like to be your friend, too.
So she says, "Oh, he's in there." And I go, "Mom, man, David Letterman's not in a donut shop. It doesn't make sense. And, he's my best friend. I would know, if he was in a donut shop." So she says, No, just go say hi to him. He'll like to see you." So I go into the donut shop, and there's a dude sitting there. He's not you.
Yeah.
He's just some dude with like a Late Show T-shirt on.
Right.
And I think he was even like a Mexican guy or something like that.
It could be, I guess, yeah.
And so I said, "Oh, man, that can't be David Letterman, So I walk out and I say, "Mom, that was him, but he's busy, and he doesn't want to be bothered by any of this." So anyways, we go to the Cats, and this is something I've heard about for years. Cats. It's been around
now
a long
and forever.
Time. Yeah. Is that what it is?
I think.
Yeah. And I go there. I go, what?
Cruller.
So I go to Cats. You're not. I don't know if I'm an idiot or if everybody else is an idiot, but it's probably me.
No.
It's about cats.
That's right.
I'm talking. It's about actual cats.
Actual cats.
So I said to the guy at halftime during the thing, I go out and I say, "There's a dude working there." I say, "Good God, man, that's about actual cats, right?" So the guy goes, "Well, what the hell you expect? It says cats." And I go, "I don't know. I thought it was like a symbolism. You know what I mean?"
Yeah, sure, right.
I mean, if you went to like
nice
Dog Day afternoon and there's a bunch of dogs in the afternoon, you'd want your money back.
Literal, exactly, yeah. Listen, Norm, it's good to see you again. I want you to have a lovely summer and keep us posted as to what's going on in the future. All right? Nice to have you with us.
Hey,
Norm.
thanks for coming.
Norm Macdonald, ladies and gentlemen, right here. We'll be back. Norm, you look great.
I do, yeah. I mean, you do too.
Well, thank you very much. We haven't seen you in a while, and you look like you're really in shape. Are you taking care of yourself? You working out? What's going on here?
I'm all right. My cholesterol was, I had problems with my cholesterol.
Oh, yeah.
So I went to my doctor last year, and I got my cholesterol checked, right? And then I came back again this year, and he's like, how are you doing with that cholesterol? And I go, I'm not doing anything. And he goes, well, I'm looking at your file here, and last year it showed that your cholesterol is alarmingly high.
Oh, my.
So I go, well, you didn't tell me that. And he said, yo, I told you that. And I go, no, I would remember that phrase, alarmingly high, you know? So he says, well, let's do it again, you know? And I go, well, all I've been doing is eating cake and, swallowing, chugging half and half. So I go, I know that the test,
chugging half and
I know
half.
the test will come back and it will be whatever the word is that's worse than alarmingly high,
right.
You know? So I was so scared, you know? So it comes back and it's really off the charts, you know? And I'm like, oh, geez, man, are you going to have to do a Letterman on me there, you know? And he goes, so he goes, because I don't like that stuff. And he goes, no, we haven't reached that level yet. You know, your cholesterol's high. You can lower it, but he goes, I have to warn you, you have to lower it, or we're going to have to do a Letterman on you.
Yeah,
so I said, okay, you know, and I went on this incredible, like, I did it myself. I just checked the www computer, and I found out all the things. And in 10 weeks, my cardiologist was like stunned. Yeah. She's worked in the field for 26 years and never seen it. But anyways, from 296 to 120.
Whoa, wow.
10 weeks. But the only bad thing is they have bad cholesterol, good cholesterol. One of the cholesterols didn't change, and my cardiologist explained to me that cholesterol will only be changed by exercise. So I was like, geez, you know. So, because I'm really good at not doing things, like not eating stuff, but I'm bad at going out and doing stuff. And so I got a trainer, and it was all, not good.
Tough.
Yeah, man alive, holy crow.
Yeah. Well, it looks like it's paid off.
It does?
Yeah. What kind of stuff was the trainer doing with you?
He was, these guys are like superhuman. They look like Dash Riprock, you know, from earlier, you know. They're like superhuman beings, you know. So they think you can do what they can do, you know. Right. And I've told the guy, $50 an hour, I said, look, don't try to earn your money or anything like that, you know. Like, all I want to do is get my cholesterol down. I don't care to have a vein in my arm. Yeah. And, you know, no use for abs. I just want to not die. So, but he's like, I know what you can take. I know what you can handle, you know? And I'm like, all right, you know? So he's got me doing them bench presses, and then he'd do this trick, like he'd go, okay, we're going to do 15, you know? And he'd go, 5 more, 3, 4 more, 3 more, 2 more, 1, and 10 more. And I go, what the God? Why didn't he say 25 in the first place, you know? So anyways, I'm in the gym there, and we're doing the things, and over in the corner, a fracas happens, a little thing. What happened over there? And it turned out, guy had a heart attack. And they took him away. I'm like, what the hell? He's like, yeah, man, I hope they don't have to do a Letterman on that guy, you know?
All right, Norm, stay right there. We'll be right back with Norm Macdonald.
Hey, Bill.
You did some traveling, I guess, since we last saw you. Were in.
Yeah, I did. I'd never been overseas, and I went to Amsterdam. My dad was in World War II. He was a lot older than I. Well, obviously, he was older than I was. He had me when he was an older fella, and he served in World War II, and he liberated Holland, you know, from the icy grip of that dork Hitler, you know. Yeah. So, and you know, with Hitler, the more I learn about that guy, the more I don't care for him. I can't. Yeah. And there's nothing redeeming about the guy. I tell the guys, I go, how on earth could these Germans like follow this lunatic, you know? And they're like, oh, he was an incredible public speaker, you know? He could hypnotize you with his public speaking. And then I see him, he's like, strangely, correctly, I go, what? That's not my idea of a silver-tongued devil, you know? So anyways, that's not the point.
Yeah.
The point is my dad went over and he liberated Holland. I'll tell you something about the Dutch. They don't forget, you know. My dad, a dirt poor farmer, you know, couldn't be poor, went over to Holland, liberated the country, and they never forgot. Every 5 years he would go and they would throw petals, you know, and it was fantastic.
They're still grateful. The Dutch were still grateful for what the Canadians had done.
So I went over.
He was in the Canadian Army, right?
Yeah, well, mostly it was my dad, but...
Yeah.
No, I used my dad as a surrogate for the entire Canadian Army. Right. But, so I went over because my dad's dead. And so I said, it'd be great to see, you know. And so I went to Amsterdam, and oh, my Lord. At first, you know, it's a picturesque place. People are driving around their bicycles over cobblestone streets with canals. It's beautiful, windmills, and it looks... But then, the whole country's gone to hell in a handbasket. You would not believe this. You can do drugs legally.
Really?
Legally. They have a place called coffee shops, right? So I went into one. I said, hey, man, I enjoy coffee, but can I have a coffee? They're like, we don't have coffee. It's a coffee shop. They go, we got drugs. So I'm like, I don't want drugs. That's wrong. What the hell are you talking about, you know? And then prostitutes. They have prostitutes in the window. You walk along, and there's prostitutes in the window that you can go and have illegal sex. It's legal there, and it's all ass over tea kettle wrong, you know? And so then I had a whole different view of the place of just these, you know, crazy people.
Just not right.
So anyways, one night I was going back to my hotel, and I'm going back to my hotel, and I can't find my hotel because everything's in, you know, they're all foreigners, so it's all different language, hard to find streets and stuff. So I was walking around forever. Finally, I see my hotel, you know, and I get there, and there's a red light, you know. And have you ever been to those places where, not a red light like a red light district,
a traffic light,
a stoplight that was red, and you know when the red never changes? Yes. You ever been in that experience? So I'm standing there, and the red, a minute goes by, 2 minutes go by, 3 minutes go by, whatever minutes go by, and it never changes, and there's no traffic at all. So finally I go, I'll just walk across the red light, right? Yeah. What harm can be done? Walk across the red light. Immediately, a police officer comes riding a bicycle. So then this guy, you know, he's like, you know, talking with his foreign thing, and so he writes me a ticket, you know. I go, are you kidding me? Your whole country's a bunch of drug-smoking prostitute people, you know?
This doesn't make any sense.
Doesn't make any sense. And also, if it wasn't for my dad, then that guy wouldn't get to have the freedom to drive his fruity bicycle anyway, you know?
That's right.
Yeah, he'd be living in a country where a guy was going, frankly.
I'm glad you're back, Norm.
Thank you, David.
So here's the new CD, Ridiculous, in stores now. Norm, always a pleasure. Come
it's great to be back.
Thank you very much. Norm Macdonald, ladies and gentlemen, is the always entertaining Norm Macdonald, ladies and gentlemen. I saw that show today, Norm. Very funny.
What show? The TV show?
Yeah, your TV show.
Oh, yeah,
congratulations. And by the way, you look very youthful. And how come we haven't seen you in 2 years?
Oh, how come I haven't been here in 2 years?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I've been busy. I got a kid, you know.
I know. How old?
Well, you got a kid?
Yeah, I do.
How old's Harry?
He's 7.
Yeah, man, they grow up so slow. You know, it's barely discernible. Isn't it?
Yes, how old is your son?
He's 18. They get far less cute.
Yeah.
They're not as cute when they're out on the lawn punching you in the chest.
Yeah. Well, anyway, it's good to have you here.
Oh, it's good to be here,
and,
man.
In addition to the new show, the Norm Macdonald Sports Show, you have like was it your first stand-up special?
Yes, I did a Comedy Central special.
Great.
One of 40 they did this year on Comedy Central. And but it was fun. But I got a weird time. They showed it at 11:30 and on Saturday, and it turned out that was during this thing called Earth Hour. I think some people know what it is.
Yeah.
On Earth Hour, you have to turn off your electricity. So,
wow.
That's horrible.
And as you know, and as I know, and as they apparently know, TVs are powered by electricity. So, and furthermore, my key demographic is damn dirty hippies.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Well, you know, what are you going to do?
Took one on the chin there.
Yeah.
Now, Norm Macdonald, ladies and gentlemen, just out here. I tell you right now, I wish the Norm Show, that's what they call it, the Norm
Show.
Yeah, I wish that was going to be on the CBS network instead of the ABC network.
Yeah.
Because CBS needs all the help we can get. ABC is fine. They got Barbara Walters.
Yeah.
And whenever things start to sag over there, she'll interview Oprah. And so they don't need any help. We need a blockbuster smash comedy hit.
No, you got Everybody Loves Raymond. I love that.
That's right. See, this would be
a great show. You guys love that show?
This would be the perfect. This would be the perfect companion piece to Everybody Loves Raymond.
Yeah.
Everybody Loves Norm. Huh? What kind of a kid were you when you were a kid?
Me? When I was growing up?
Yeah.
I was all right. Yeah. But I want to talk about the show. The Norm Show.
Go ahead.
The Norm Show, because I have to do this, you know.
Tell the people what it's about.
Because I have to, you know, promote it. Yeah. You know, I'm not comfortable in promoting. But
you only have to promote the first one, and then after that, everything takes care of itself.
Right. So it's about me. I play a dude named Norm.
Right.
That was my idea. And so I'm a guy who got kicked out of the NHL for gambling, you know, right? And then I have to do community service as a social worker, you know, and I hate it. I don't like being a social worker. So that sounds pretty funny, right?
I enjoyed it. I've seen the first two shows, and it made me laugh out loud.
Yeah. See, the problem is, Dave, I'm not a great, promoter, you know, like my manager's always saying, I got to get out there and, promote, and I'm not comfortable with that. I'd rather just, you know, talk and tell stupid stories and everything like that. So I was thinking, you know, since my manager's always, you got to promote it, I was thinking that maybe he could come out and just promote it himself because, you know what I'm saying?
You have a manager?
Yeah, I got a manager. I had to because I only had an agent, and he was no good, and then they said, you got to get a manager. So you got to get a manager. You got to get a manager. And so they said, you know, maybe Mike Ovey. He says all these guys, but I picked this dude that he's my manager, and I thought maybe I could bring out him and he can promote the show.
Our first guest is a very funny man with his own brand new television program called The Norm Show. It premieres Wednesday on another network. Here's our good friend Norm Macdonald. Norm. Welcome to the show.
Yeah.
Good to see you.
Good to see you, too.
I got to tell you something, Norm. I'm very happy for you because one or two times ago when you were on the show, you had been fired. You'd lost your job at Saturday Night Live on the Weekend Update because those people didn't have the guts to stand by you. Because those people wouldn't know funny if it bit them in the ass.
Yeah.
And they, of course, were hoping that they'd never hear from you again. They were hoping, of course, that they had squashed out another career.
Right.
They thought, okay, that's it for him. We don't have to worry about... Well, I saw two shows that you did, two of the Norm shows.
Oh, yeah?
I guess shows... They're unbelievably funny.
Oh, you like
They're
it?
great shows.
Oh, that's nice.
And I believe this thing's going to be a huge hit. And then, and I don't want to tell you how to run your career, but then just line up all those punks over there at NBC. You know, your Don Myers, your Lorne Michaels, your Skippy, what was
Skippy Lowe, yeah.
Skippy Henderson.
Yeah.
Or Skippy Lowe?
You just line up all those boys and tell them to kiss your ass.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know. No, it was nice. I was working all the time, so it was good. After the show, I got to I returned to my first love of doing nothing. You know, and then I hung out for a while, and then I started on this and everything like that. But it's nice.
Turned out great.
It turned out all right. I got a chance to just be
vindication.
What? I don't know. Who knows how the show
I think it'll do pretty well. Because you're on right after the very popular Drew Carey show, and then your show, people dialing in to see you, and lo and behold, and you know, by the way, a lot of stuff on TV ain't that entertaining.
Yeah.
They dial up your show, and holy crap, it's actually funny.
Yeah, well, it's good.
Yeah.
It's good that it's going on after the Drew Carey show because a lot of people watch that.
Right.
And then people, they never turn the channels.
That's right, they don't.
I mean?
It's inertia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even with the clicker.
Well, they're in for a great surprise, my friend.
Oh, that's nice.
Congratulations, I'm very happy.
Yeah, that's nice.
And at the time, At the time, I think I was more upset than you were, and now that you're back on top, I feel like I'm happier than you are. I feel like I care more about your career than you do. Is that possible?
Well, I like, mostly I like watching TV.
Did you, if you like watching TV, you had your hands full last night with the Academy Awards. You had 4 hours there. Did you,
yeah,
you get to see any of that?
Well, I watched it all. I don't know the movies this year, you know?
The nominees?
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't see it. The only movie I saw was the Life is Beautiful movie.
Oh, Roberto Benigni.
Because I love Roberto Benigni.
Entertaining.
Yeah. But I'd never seen him in a movie. The only time I'd ever seen him was on your show, and he was always real funny.
Yep.
And so I went to that show, that movie. It was in Life is Beautiful. And I'll tell you something about that movie. It might be a great movie and everything, but it's got a huge drawback. None of the characters speak English. You know? And for me, a person who it's the only language I understand is English.
Exactly.
You see? So I'm screwed. I'm like, what the hell? And then, of course, and then the title is English. They fool you, you know?
Yeah,
so,
oh yeah.
Life is beautiful. Those are all 3 English words.
Yeah, there
right?
you go.
So I wouldn't have gone if it was like amore, d'amore, more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's an Italian word.
Yeah, is it? I don't know.
It's the only Italian word I know.
Yeah, well.
So, and then I get in there, so it's all these dudes speaking Italian, you know, and I'm trying to, and so what they do is they put words, you know.
Subtitles.
Subtitles.
Yeah.
So now now I have to read, which is the reason I go to movies, so I don't have to read. I'm sitting here reading. And you know how annoying it is when you're reading and somebody's reading over your shoulder? Well, it's like 200 people reading over your shoulder. But he's a funny guy.
Yeah.
He pretended the whole unpleasantness there in Europe was a joke.
Yeah. Is that what it is?
Yeah, he has a kid. He has a little 10-year-old child, and they go to a Nazi concentration camp, and his kid's not that bright. So he just pretends that to the kid, like you'll see like crazy like Nazis doing it, and then Roberto Benigni gets behind them and goes. So the kid thinks it's a big joke.
Let's move on, Norm.
Yeah.
Anyway, you're living in Los Angeles now, where you do your hit TV show.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like Los Angeles.
You're originally Canadian, right up in the Toronto area?
In Toronto, yeah.
Yeah. Come down here to New York.
I come to New York, and Toronto and New York is great because they have cabs and subways, because I don't know how to drive a car, you know.
You don't drive at all?
No, I never learned how.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, I don't like them. I find them dangerous, you know? Like, you drive and you're in a car and you're going like 70, and then another car comes, he's going 70, right? And then there's like a foot between you, you know?
Yeah.
You're like, and they're honking, they're honking. And then who knows what, it's only a foot, you know? They move a little bit and there's a crash, and you're always seeing crashes. Every time you drive,
sure.
There's a crash, there's a big twisted wreckage of a crash, you know? And nobody seems to care. They're like, oh, I guess I'll be late for work. You know?
So you don't drive at all?
You know, like imagine you're in a plane and you're flying and you look out, there's some plane wreckage on a mountain, right? Or a plane comes beside you like 10 feet. He's honking, you know?
That's sky rage. So you... No, I don't think so. But now you're living in Los Angeles, where it's nearly essential to be able to drive.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really, everything's far apart from each other.
What do you do?
I bought myself a bicycle. And I don't know how to drive a bicycle either, but on a bicycle you can just go on the sidewalk, so you're the most dangerous, you know. And so I go to the bike store, I don't know, and the guy's telling me, hey, all these bikes, you know, they have all this technical mountain bike. I'm not going to be on a mountain.
Right.
You know? I'm just going to be on the road, the sidewalks. So he goes, what kind of bike you looking for? So I said, I don't know, I think I'd like a red bike, you know. And so he sells me this one. And it's very complicated nowadays. You gotta get a lock, you know, and the locks, they aren't like the old days, just a soft lock. They're hard. He goes, hard lock that you have to, it's, you know, because he says, you gotta stay, we always gotta stay ahead of the bike thieves, you know, bicycle thieves. So, this bike lock was impossible to
Kind of combination kind of deal?
Oh, you had to go around the thing and, like, twist it. Anyways, so it's hard to explain. So I drive on my bike to get some groceries over at Ralph's. And
you shop at Ralph's?
Oh, Ralph's is the best.
Is it nice there?
Oh yeah. If you like apples.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like.
You like apples?
I do. I like apples. Produce, good produce.
Yeah, the best apples, man. So I go.
You run a lot of specials at Ralph's? Or they have like the everyday low prices?
No, they're everyday low prices.
That's good.
You know.
Yeah.
So I get my bicycle to the Ralph's place, you know, and I try to get this damn lock on. It doesn't work. I can't figure it out or anything like that. So then I figure to myself, I'll just leave it here unlocked.
Right in front of Ralph's?
Yeah, because I figure, what's the odds of my unlocked bicycle and a dirty bicycle thief showing up at the same time?
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
You're not going to be in there all day?
Yeah, just like 5 minutes, buy some cookies and some, you know, an apple. So I get my groceries out. You know, I bought a lot of groceries, you know. I bought a whole bunch of groceries, and I get out. My bicycle's gone.
No.
Yeah. Some dirty bicycle thief has stolen it, you know?
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable. You have terrible luck.
Yeah, it's just a happenstance that happened. So there's a security guy there, you know, the Ralph security guy. I run up to him. I say, hey, man, did you see somebody steal a bike? And the guy goes, no. He says, I saw somebody just get on a bike and ride away. He goes, was it locked? I go, of course it was locked, you know? And then I realize I'm holding the lock. So I look.
It's a bad deal. Stay right there, Norm. We'll be right back here with Norm Macdonald. Here's the always enjoyable Norm Macdonald. You look terrific. What? That's a beautiful suit. You look like $1 million. Oh,
yeah, I bought a suit. I got one for show the respect, you know?
Oh, I appreciate that. Show the respect to me?
Yeah,
Oh, well, thank you very much.
All right, I'll show the respect.
That's very thoughtful. How was your summer? What'd you do? Anything good?
It was great. It was a lot of fun. I have a little boy, you know.
How old's your son?
He's 6 years old.
Oh, that's great.
I want to say 6. And he's a lot of fun. I do things with him, you know. We play and stuff.
What do you do? What kind of things?
I took him to Disney World.
Well, there you go.
Down in Florida. You ever go there?
I've never been there, no.
Well, you don't have, you're barren. Not barren, but
That's
you have
right,
no
I'm
children.
barren.
I'm sorry.
That's right, I'm barren. I'm infertile.
Only
That's
ladies.
right. I can't possibly have children.
No, I didn't mean that. I meant you don't have children.
I don't have any currently, no.
So, but I got to tell you, man, if you ever have kids, I hope you will, then you should take
Have you been
place.
talking to somebody at the lab, Norm?
No, but Disney World is a beautiful place.
Yeah, so you
get to see.
What's your son's name, Timmy?
Little Dylan.
Dylan.
Yeah, Dylan. Not little.
Named for Bob Dylan?
Yeah, I named him for Bob Dylan, and I thought, hey, man, nobody's going to be named Dylan. That's a cool name, because when I was a kid, I always read Dylan.
Thomas?
Dylan Thomas, a Child's Christmas in Wales.
Yeah.
And so I said, hey, nobody will have that name. And then everybody has that name because they had that kid on 90210. This is too long, right?
Well, you know, after that discussion of my fertility, I don't much care.
The point is, he's a good, well-behaved boy, and I took him to Disney World there. We had a lot of fun, my God. We went to the... They have a new thing. Usually they have the goofy Pluto, you know, the regular characters, but they also have actual animals in a safari park.
Oh, yeah. Wild, dangerous jungle beast.
Yeah. And you take your child through and you see, and it's a lot of fun, except they don't tell you they're not wearing any pants. You know, like Goofy and Pluto, right?
What are you talking about?
Well, Goofy, you know how...
What in the world are you talking about?
You know when you see Mickey Mouse, right?
Mickey Mouse is a cartoon character.
He's always got some trousers.
He always has pants on, that's right.
Right. Well, the dangerous lion and elephant, they have no pants on.
Because those are real, actual living beings.
Right.
They're not animated cartoon characters.
Exactly. But I'm a living being. I don't want my child to see my, thing, right? That's what I'm saying. I don't want my child. It's fine for you and me.
Completely different species, Norm. A completely different species.
Still,
it's a whole different deal, my friend.
I'm not offended by it myself. But children ask questions, and they go, what's that thing there between the elephant? A big, giant, god-awful looking thing? You know? I don't know.
Sounds like you have a very special child, Norm.
I know. Maybe you find it very attractive.
No, I don't find it attractive. It's just I don't see it as a problem. It's just like it's a rhinoceros, Eddie. It's just a rhinoceros.
Right,
That's
but
all
what would you say is the thing that...
I just say it's his wallet. It's where he... It's where he keeps his... It's a shaving kit. That's where he keeps his some change and a comb.
Yeah. Maybe if you had a few more dollars in your wallet, you'd have a kid. I was joking.
Now you're joking. Now you're joking.
No, because I heard. I was trying to make it.
Yeah, you tried to make it. Very nice.
I bet you will have a nice kid one day. You'd be a great father.
That'd be fun. I'd like to have a kid.
You'd be a good
I hope he
man.
turns out just like you. Yeah, so where were we? Now, you and your son are there in Disney World.
Had a lot of fun. We got, you know, you get, these animals like Mickey Mouse and Pluto and stuff. My kid loves them. They give autographs out, you know. The kids stand in line for like an hour.
You mean the costumed characters?
Yeah,
right.
not the actual animals.
Yeah.
And so, you know, you get the kids are all excited. Hey, I'm going to get Mickey Mouse's autograph. Of course, you and I know that ain't Mickey Mouse. That's some college kid, you know?
Yeah.
And so I'm not going to stand in line an hour
You know that for a fact.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm not going to stand in line an hour to get some dude's autograph.
You're very savvy,
Yeah.
Norm. You're very savvy.
Yeah, so I said to him, I said, listen, Dylan, have you ever heard of the character parking lot attendant?
Pretty good. Get him in the car, get him home.
Yeah. No, he's a good boy.
Yeah. How's the show? Are you all excited about the premiere?
Yeah.
What do you got coming up for us? What's new? What's happening on the show? You got to have a hook. You got to have a gimmick, my friend.
Yeah. We're trying to get the guy I'm doing it with. You know, he's the co-creator. This dude. He said we got to get celebrities. You know, because
guest stars.
Guest celebrities. Because a lot of the shows have celebrities. Like I saw Dharma and Greg was on your show last night. Bob Dylan going to be on.
That's
show.
right. Exactly.
Yeah. And you know, Heidi Klum's on another show. So, anyways, they said let's get some celebrities.
Good idea.
Yeah. And then it turned out they wanted me to phone celebrities. I said, "You have any celebrity friends you could phone?"
Oh yeah.
And I don't have any at all. I don't know anybody.
Does that make you feel kind of wormy when you have to place that call? I hate doing stuff like that because I know they don't want to hear from me.
I got one guy.
Oh really? Well, that's good. So you're doing better than I would.
You know that guy that was Maud's husband? Played Maud's husband?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Bill Macy.
Bill Macy, exactly. Yeah.
So Bill Macy eats at this restaurant that I eat at.
Yeah.
And he's across the way. So I said, "Hey, Bill, listen, man, you want to be on that TV show I have?"
Yeah.
He goes, "Sure." So that'll be sweet. I think we're doing that in the sweeps.
But is he going to be on? Really? Well, do you want him on?
Oh, yeah. I love that guy. He goes, "Maud, sit."
Yeah. That's it then.
That's the only guy we got. But I think the idea is once Bill Macy does it, other guys will want to jump in.
Oh yeah. It'll start a firestorm.
It's getting that first guy.
Now the show, when he changed the name, it's no longer the Norm Show. It's not just Norm. Did we cover that before?
Yeah.
It's Norm, right?
They changed it to Norm. Yeah.
Wait, it's not the Norm Show.
No,
what happened there?
I don't know. They figured that would rev things up.
Oh yeah, I think so.
No, you know, they take out the. It's like for love of game, that movie. Love game. They took the actual expression is for the love of the game.
Right.
They took the thes out to speed things up. You didn't know that story?
Yeah, oh yeah, I knew that story. Oh, so it's a great story.
You hate me now because of the stuff about your testicles.
Norm,
I love you. You're my favorite
I couldn't be more flattered when guests come on the show and discuss my testicles. It's one of my favorite things. It's certainly not discussed at home.
I'll be great now. I'll be a good man next time. I always like to show you the respect. You're my favorite guy.
Yeah, what the hell happened with the suit to show me the respect? You moron! What are you trying to pull here?
No, hey, congratulations on the Emmy.
Yeah, we're just kidding.
You're the funniest show on TV.
Thank you very much.
And I feel bad.
Norm Macdonald, ladies and gentlemen. Were you ever like a bonehead? Did you ever do punk stuff when you were a kid?
Well, when I was young, I was crazy. Like, I'd do anything, you know.
Really?
Yeah, it's just like, because you're young, you don't care, you know, you don't have a job or anything, right?
Yeah, sure.
You're just drifting around from town to town. But I remember one time, like, because I used to do, you know, like for the purposes of this show, like beer, you know?
Have a little beer?
Yeah. And so I was like ripped out of my mind on this beer. It was like... It was like that beer that where you like hallucinate, where you had so much beer, you know?
Got some really good beer.
Yeah, it was good beer. So I remember I went to this place. There's this place that in Canada called Ottawa.
Yeah. It's the capital. It's the capital of the country.
It's the nation's capital, yeah. And so they have this thing every year. It's called the Panda Game, right? And it's
Panda?
Panda, like an animal.
Yeah, sure.
And so, but they just call it. That has nothing to do with pandas. So it's the University of Ottawa versus Carleton University. It's the two universities, and they play a game against each other.
Crosstown rivalry.
That's it.
Yeah.
And so everybody goes and gets parties up and they drink and they do beer and then they do some more beer and everything, you know. And sometimes they mix the beer with the beer.
Oh no, that's dangerous, isn't it?
It is.
Have to be very careful.
So I went to this thing, and the thing about the Panda Game is it's just a big party, and every year somebody does something crazy, you know, like the engineering students from one of the things. Like one time they put a bunch of greased pigs on the field.
College pranks.
Yeah, college pranks. One year they made a big slingshot, giant one, and they shot like water balloons over to the other side to hit. And so every year everybody wonders, hey, I wonder what's going to be the big prank. Yeah. So then I was there. I was really wrecked, you know. I was like, and so in my head, right, I go, I'm going to figure out the prank to do. I'm going to be that guy, you know. And so I'm walking around. I'm no good at pranks, you know. And I'm walking around the stadium. I'm trying to think, and I see, you know, where they sell the hot dogs, the hot dog stand. Yeah. There's a big, like, mustard thing where you push on the top.
With a big pump, sure.
You know those big yellow things? And you push on the top to get some for your delicious hot dogs and mustard?
Yeah.
So I go, I'll grab this hot dog mustard thing. And so I grab it, and I'm like walking away, and I get back to my seat, and I go, my idea was I'll chuck this giant mustard thing onto the field, and then it will cause a big mustard stain on the football field. And I thought that would be really cool, because mustard is hard to get out. And so I get there, you know, but I'm really wrecked, and I get there and I go, and plus I was way up, like way up. There was I would have had to have superhuman strength to get that thing there. And I don't have superhuman strength.
No, just a guy.
I'm just a guy, you know. And so I take up the mustard, I go, and I throw the mustard up, right? And then the mustard just goes up a little way, and then I see like the top like starts spinning off of it. And then this mustard all comes out. And then I just see all these guys like right in front of me, you know? And then so my buddy goes, run for your life, you know? So I start running like this.
And that's it.
That's the whole story.
Norm, you had a couple of beers before the show, didn't you? This weekend on Saturday Night Live, Rob Lowe and the Spice Girls plus Joe Pesci. Now, got a couple of seconds. Go ahead, do it. Let me see it. Come on, let me see it. Just a little. Just a little.
What's that?
Just a little. You know what I'm talking
about.
What
would that mean?
Just let me see a little of it. Come on, Norm. Come on.
I got to do it with Paul.
All right, do a little with Paul.
Me as myself?
Yeah, you got to play yourself.
All right, I'll play myself.
Oh, God.
Yeah, cool. Not so easy when I'm sitting right here, is it, Big Shot? There we go.
Okay, here we go. Yeah, I'm not ready for this.
I know you're not ready now. No. You're ready on your little show, but you're not ready here. You got all week to get ready on your little show.
Okay.
Here we go.
So it's like, who's going to be the...
I don't know. Oh, Rob Lowe. Rob Lowe and the Spice Girls.
Yeah, Paul, Rob Lowe and the Spice Girls will be on. Do you enjoy the Spice Girls, Paul?
Spice Girls, yeah.
Yeah. Well, they'll be on the show. Yeah. And Paul, do you watch the Saturday Night Live show?
Yeah.
What time is that on now, Paul?
Huh?
I say, what time would that be on?
It's like it's 11. It's live. I think.
Yeah.
Off? Have you taken some vacation? Have you gone anywhere? Traveled?
Yeah. I went. I wanted to get away from all the showbiz, crazy showbiz.
Yeah.
So I decided I'd go on a vacation. You know.
Right.
And I don't like to go to hotels because all my years of doing my nightclub act, I don't like hotels. Yeah. So I decided I'll go. You know, my buddy tells me, he goes, "Hey, you should go to one of them bed and breakfasts." You ever hear tell them?
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah. The idea is you go there. It's a guy's house. And you live in his room, and then he makes you some breakfast.
Right. Very
yeah. It's a thumbnail.
Yeah,
you know?
That's it, sure.
So I looked one up on the internet there, and I found one. I went to Vancouver Island, Victoria, which is beautiful. Oh, my God. It's God's little country. And so I go there, and I look up my place where I'm supposed to go. I have it on a little piece of paper. And I knock on the door, right? And there's no answer. So I knock again, and there's still no answer. So finally I look like in the window there, and there's an old man sleeping on a couch,
Yeah.
So I bang on the door, ringing the doorbell, So finally I hear like, hey, keep your pants on there, from the inside. And he comes to the door, old guy, but I'd say 80, 85 years old.
Yeah.
Old Harold Delaney was his name.
Harold Delaney?
Yeah, nice enough gentleman, And so I got in there and I says, well, I better go to sleep. There's no one else there, Like, I thought it'd be like a whole bunch of people in different rooms,
Yeah.
And it was just me.
Yeah.
So I go up and I go to sleep, and I'm ready to go to sleep, and a knock comes on the door, right? A knock on my bedroom door.
Right.
So I figure, uh-oh, old Harold Delaney wants to have sex with me there.
That's the first thought that went through your mind, huh?
Well, I'm a young fella.
Yeah,
These days, anything
not a
goes.
bad-looking guy, sure,
Not a,
traveling alone, why
sure.
not?
And of course, I didn't come to Victoria to have sex with old Harold Delaney. I came to do some sightseeing.
Of course.
Yeah. So then I hear him. He goes, well, you ought to play some Scrabble.
Oh, Scrabble.
Yeah, so I say, okay, that's good.
Sure.
I'll play some Scrabble. So I go down, and he pulls out this old Scrabble game there, and we start to play, and I like Scrabble, So I get the first turn, because I picked the lower letter, and so I get the first turn. So I make rabbit,
Pretty good.
It's a good word. And then I do it pretty quick. I take like a couple of minutes. And then old Harold Delaney, he takes like a half hour to get his word. And the whole time he's not talking. He's not telling me old stories, because I like hearing old stories, And instead, it was like for a half hour, it was just Harold Delaney going. So then after a half an hour of that, I'm just sitting there. He comes up with his word. It's hat. That's his word, yeah. Hat. So he puts it, and he takes the word hat, and then he puts it like way in the corner on that triple letter score.
Right.
The triple word, the red one
Right.
that you want to get to.
Yeah, sure.
But you can't just put it there.
No. It's got to have some relation to rabbit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to move up there, and finally get you there. But instead, he just puts it right there.
Oh, no.
So I go, all right, And so then it's my turn, I do something, and quickly, and then again, the same thing, and then time going by, and then every word, and I was coming up with good words, I had sleigh, a sleigh ride, and avocado.
Whoa.
It was a 7-letter word.
Yep.
You get 50 extra points. I'm still way behind him.
He's just freelancing the board.
Yes. And so finally I decided I got to say something,
Sure.
So and all his words were like cup and hat, and I think it was just like things he'd see around the room, And so I'm playing excellently. I should be in the lead, but instead I'm like 1,000 points behind. And finally, I got to say something, So he puts a boot, up on this triple, and it really annoyed me because I was building towards the triple letter. And he just puts boot, and so I said, finally, I got to say something here. And I go, hey, old Harold Delaney there, I don't know, you can't put boot there. And then he goes, you never heard tell of a boot? So I go, no, I know what a boot is. I'm just saying. He goes, if a fella goes out there has to wear a boot. So I go, no, I know I made avocado. I know a boot. And it just took him forever. And I noticed a weird thing. There were no blanks. You have the blanks in the game, and it's always good to use any letter,
Sure,
right?
yeah.
I realized there's no blanks in this game, and I figured old Harold Delaney must have, when he got the game, figured, what the hell is that? And thrown it.
Program Norm. Ladies and gentlemen, here's our good friend, Norm Macdonald. Norm, come on out.
How you doing? You all right?
Great, yeah.
Now, you said to me when you came out, and I appreciate it, you said, hey, nice to see you, man. And then you looked at me and you said, you look great, but the look in your eye, I could tell you didn't mean it. Now, do I look bad? Do I look like I'm fading here?
No, I felt weird saying you look great always means like it sounds
Compared to being dead is what you were thinking, right?
Actually, when I saw you on Monday, because they were promoting it all day, but they never showed you in the promos.
Yeah, slick, huh?
Yeah. And I said, I wonder what Dave's going to look like. And I was watching with my buddy, and then you come out, and your face looked like green.
Green, ooh.
And then I said, oh my God, Dave's face turned green. Right? And then it turned like pink.
Ooh.
And then I realized it was my TV. It wasn't him.
You thought maybe it was a side effect of the surgery at first?
No, I knew that people don't turn green, pink, green, green, pink.
Yeah.
But I thought right at first you were green. I said, oh my God. So anyways, I'm going to get my TV fixed, which is a lot better than, you know, when you think about it.
Yeah. Well, easier probably too.
Than getting you.
I heard something that I thought was interesting, and I
get nervous. I get nervous around sick people. I know you're not sick.
I'm fine. I'm not sick. Yeah. I've been through a rather strenuous procedure.
No, I know.
But I'm not.
Oh my God, I know. I know all about that stuff. I go to doctors all the time. Man.
You do, really?
Yeah.
You seem like you're in pretty good shape.
Well, I'm afraid of getting sick, though, man. I'm afraid of that stuff.
Yeah.
You know, because I don't like. I go to specialists. I go to the Mayo Clinic every day.
Oh yeah, they're pretty good up there.
They're great.
You got some top boys.
Yeah, because I used to go to general practitioners, GPs.
Yeah.
Those guys suck. I don't even understand what they're general. They're not a specialist in anything. So they're kind of like, yeah, I'm a little bit good at every, you know. So I go, give me a physical. You know what they do? They go like this. They poke around my belly. You know what I mean? And then they take a thing. They look at my ear with a light.
Yeah.
Right? I go, oh, is everything all right there in my head? My entire head's good, huh?
They can see the entire head.
They go, yeah, everything's all right there. Then they take the thing. It's almost like a cartoon. Like they hit my knee with a mallet.
The reflex mallet. Sure, yeah.
And that never comes back negative. You know, I mean,
you're hooked up.
Right.
Sometimes it might, but you're hooked up pretty good.
No, they go, you're not. Good news, you're not paralyzed from the neck down. Your knee responds to me hitting it with a hammer.
Now, Norm, I heard.
But thank God.
He's not done. He's just resting.
Thank God I miss you, though. I
want to ask you a question about your personal life. And, and if it's none of my business, please tell me. Now, I heard that you had given up, you had a recreation, you had a hobby, gambling. You enjoyed gambling.
Yeah, I had the hobby of compulsive gambling.
Really? And you've given it up?
Yeah.
Well, good for you. That's a big step.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how's that going?
It's not much fun. Life isn't much fun without it.
Really?
No. It's not a lot of fun because there's nothing to do. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I don't watch games anymore because I used to bet on the games. It was very exciting. I don't go to Las Vegas. The thing about it is you start feeling like a big jackass, you know, because you lose so much money, and then they think they're fooling you. Like you go to casinos, right?
Yeah, sure.
And they're friendly to you. Like the bigger jackass you are, the more friendly they are. You know? Like you know you're in trouble when a guy runs up wants to give you free stuff. Hey, you want a steak? You're like, no, that's all right. Free, man. I'll buy you a free, like, some beef. You're like, no, that's all right.
That's just to keep you gambling is what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, you want to stay here in the hotel, like, for free for a week? You're like, no, I'm just here for the day.
Yeah.
No, seriously, and I got some steak.
Yeah. Did you ever win really, really big? I don't know much about gambling. I don't know much about this compulsion. So, but did you ever win big? Is that the point, or is it just the action?
I don't know. I went to a psychiatrist. You ever go to those guys?
Yeah, sure.
You do?
Sure.
Those guys are horrible.
Well, are they worse than the GPs?
They're much worse. I'll tell you what a psychiatrist does, man. They make you, like, get in touch with the emotions that you spend your life trying to avoid at all costs.
That's so good. Well, I'm glad you're not gambling.
This one woman, man, she was like, what do you do? And I'm like, hey, man, you know, everything's fine. She's like, no, but why?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, I'm like all emotional. Like you on Monday night, where you were emotional, you know, when a guy's like not a regularly emotional guy like you,
right?
And then they are emotional,
right?
It's like watching Nixon cry or something. Like,
I wasn't really crying. I wasn't break down and sobbing or anything.
No, it was a great moment.
Yeah.
A great moment.
Oh, yeah.
And when you brought the doctors out
right.
and all that and the staff, and all I could think of is at that hospital, what about the people that come in?
Well, I felt bad about the guy they left on the table. Yeah, that's too bad.
You're a good man. It's so good to have you back. I've been having to watch Rhoda on the Channel 6.
Now, when we come back, I want you to tell the story. Every time you've been here, we didn't have time to get to the story. The first time you got drunk and passed out. Okay, we'll do that.
Right.
We'll be right back here with Norm Macdonald. It's a great story, and we always run out of time, and I want you to tell it. You were a kid, right? This is the first time you got drunk?
When I got drunk, yeah. I was a very straight-laced kid, you know.
How old were you when this happened?
I was 18, 19 years old, and I decided to drink, you know. And I was out with my buddies at a bar. my God, we started drinking. They had those shooters, you know. Yeah, those are hard to take, you know. You can't gauge them, you know. And before you knew it, I was so crazily drunk, like just drunk out of my mind. And so then time passes in a weird way and everything. And my friends, they wanted to leave the bar.
Right.
Like, yeah, let's go, right? And I'm like, ah! I got like crazy all of a sudden, right? So I'm like, why should I leave? We're having fun here at the bar. You guys leave if you want, right? So they go. And I'm making friends with everybody, man. There's a fat guy with a beard, you know, and there's a jukebox. It's like a Western movie, you know what I mean? And there's a bartender. There's all kinds of ladies and everything like that. And everybody's my friend, right? So I'm getting drunker and drunker with these shots, you know, and they're all crazy, dirty sex name shots, you know? Like,
oh, yeah.
Here, have a dirty sex, you know, whatever. They make you order them to humiliate you. You know, you're a drunk loser. You're like, yeah, can you have sex with me? Just come on. So anyways, I get all drunk, and then I go into the bathroom, and a dude gives me some pills. He has some pills.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and you're not supposed to ever mix pills with booze.
Is that right?
Yeah. And then any doctor...
They told you up at the Mayo Clinic?
Yeah. But this guy was not a doctor. He was just a guy I met in the bathroom.
Even worse than a GP.
He was worse than a GP. His name, though, was Dr. Midnight. But I found out he was not accredited.
Not really a doctor, no. Yeah.
So anyways, so I take these pills, and what they do is, they say that you're not supposed to mix them, but on the other hand, in one way it works. So I'm like so drunk now and having so much fun and everything. And, hey, fat bearded guy, having an arm wrestle with him. I don't know how to arm wrestle. Then all of a sudden I'm playing pool. I go to shoot a thing of pool and I fall down right in all the pool balls. And then I just black out. What's called blacking out. Yeah. It's not passing out.
You black out.
You don't remember anything.
Oh yeah.
I wake up, right? I'm in a bed, but it's not my bed, you know. And I look beside me. Who do I see? The fat bearded guy. So I go, holy Lord God, I had sex with the fat bearded guy. Right? And at this point in my life, I was a young man. I had never had intercourse in my life.
Right.
And I'd always imagined it, but I never imagined it that way. You know?
I wouldn't think so, no.
I imagined a nice lady in a dress.
That's right. But there's got to be a first time for everybody.
It's not all gravy.
No.
So I look over and I go, oh my God. Then I notice we're in twin beds there. You know, we're not not in the same bed. Right. And I go, is this some kind of one of them old-fashioned gay guys?
I don't know.
There's no such thing.
No.
Gay guys are generally not old-fashioned. They're right on top of the latest thing. They're happening.
Right on top of the latest thing. Yeah, that's right, Norm.
And they're so ahead of things, they have sex, and they don't even use a lady. So anyways, the upshot of the story is, what happens is I never had sex with this fat guy with a beard. This guy had checked me into a rehab. This guy was like a dirty drunk, and he took me for a dirty drunk too, right? Yeah. So I'm like, what the hell? He says, yeah, man, you know, I'll go here in rehab, man. It's good for both of us. And I'm like, oh, God. So I had a big, like a robe on and fluffy slippers. They wouldn't give me my clothes, right?
Oh, how long were you in?
They had a bag of my clothes somewhere. They wouldn't tell me where it was.
Would they let you out?
No, 3 days I had to stay.
3 days?
That's awful. They made me go to what is called an Alcoholics Anonymous meeting, right? And I get up, I go, hey, I'm not an alcoholic, which it turns out is what a lot of alcoholics...
They all say that, yeah.
I said, the fat bearded guy, there's the alcoholic right over there.
How long did you guys date?
No!
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Norm Macdonald.